Now, they're getting themselves locked and loaded into the lobby, so the question becomes, is there anything One Trick can do, and how do they do it right now, early in the pick ban?
Live up to their name. Be the One Tricks they are and play a off-meta comp, surprise Allegiance, and take the win over them in a huge upset. So let's see how the ban is going to work out. And hopefully One Trick is going to not give Liliana over. I mean, we know Flash is also great on rest. So I feel like maybe taking away Flash, Liliana, and Superman may be a good red side ban for One Trick. And there is a Superman being taken off the board.
It's so interesting seeing the dichotomy between NA and EU. Max not played, not picked, not banned in the entirety of EU, and still first ban priority here in NA. I think that says a lot about the capability of their offlaners, their side laners, their ability to sort of make those big plays here. They feel really confident they can use heroes like Max. Murad being denied as well. Superman and Teamy, of course, getting him off the board as well. But let's see where Flash plays into this here. And I'm going to look, Ryoma, Wonder Woman, Omen, those side laners, those crucial side laners, that's what I'm looking for as well.
Yeah, let's see if the Liliana ban is going to come out here. Means with Liliana being banned, we have like Ryoma as a top pick, Wonder Woman, Omen, all solid. Tulin maybe picked, or maybe Flash, maybe go Flash. But instead, they're going to allow Allegiance to take the Liliana here.
No, don't give Sleepy Liliana.
Go ahead and take Zeno off the board. So let's see if they're going to take the Liliana, or are they going to go for maybe a Tulin instead and play a more stronger early game composition. But well, that's surprising.
If I know Sleepy, and I kind of know Sleepy, you give him Liliana, he's gonna have
a field day.
He's gonna have a field day. He's gonna have a fun time. I mean, are gonna see Malik, Wonder Woman, so the side laners are being secured. That is good.
That was a fast, confident pickup there by One Trick. Then Ryoma's gonna be taken over here, and along with potentially, Lubu. Lubu, Ryoma are really strong side laners here. They're gonna secure 2 strong side laners. One Trick also has pretty strong side laners as well with Malik and Wonder Woman. And I'm wondering if they're going to go with the Flash here, or are they going to go with a Tulin and play in a really aggressive early game composition?
I would like that here. L'Oreal's obviously another option, Preda as well, but I would agree. The early game potential, well, and Ormar would definitely play into that here as well, but actually going to save it. And I actually don't mind this here, saving that mid laner for the last pick, because they know Allegiance already has their mid laner, so grabbing the Violet and Ormar here. So this is heavy early game focus from One Trick.
Yeah, that's a very aggressive early game composition there. They got to win early game. They have to shut down Rocker. If he's going to pick more in here, they have to shut down Rocker in jungle. So let's see if, you know, the Slims maybe picked her, and Alice. Wow, that's a pretty solid combo.
Oh, they're doing it again.
Really well.
They're doing it again.
We haven't seen the Slims actually as often as what I think we were expecting to see. Week 4 started becoming used a lot more, but now kind of fell off, and Rocker deciding to bring him back.
I think this is huge. I mean, we've seen the 3-man roaming stun. Actually, every single member of this team can fit into this as a stun. But we saw it. It was the Ryoma initial setup with the Wailing Blade, the follow-up with the Sunshine, and then rounded out with the Spear coming in, and you're CC'd until you're dead.
Pretty much. I mean, even a tank is going to have trouble because Slims is passive, right? He can basically stack 3 times and has a piercing effect. So it really works really well into tanks as well. So if Slims lands that spear from flying spear from downtown, that's a pretty long 2-second stun.
Yeah, and he can combine that with the rest of the stuns that are coming out. Oh boy. Well, their rotations, because Rocker plays a very unique jungle style because he doesn't just sit back. He doesn't play a passive farm. He plays an aggressive farm here. He's going to come out of the jungles. He's going to find his moments, his key points, his power spikes, and he's going to go out, get a kill, go back, reset. Go back, get a kill, reset. And all the while, his team's also going to be grabbing dragons, grabbing towers. That is the trademark of ALG here in the early game, and this is the composition with which to do it.
Well, I have to ask you, Sweet J, we saw how the pick ban phase started. We have the potential counter pick with Flash in the mid lane. We have 53% saying that One Trick can win,
wow.
47th believing in Allegiance. Do they have a draft that can compete against the Allegiance roster?
No, Allegiance draft is so strong. We've seen them execute that draft.
You're just ruining Twitch chat's hopes and dreams.
Do they have a chance? No.
I'm realistic, Twitch chat. So that draft, we've seen them play before. We have seen Allegiance play that
almost
and destroy
exactly
everyone.
That draft. Yeah.
So One Trick, they gotta play. They gotta win early game and just snowball this hard to have a chance.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. North America has started. The top 4 is here, and E3 playoff berths are on the line. One Trick needing to secure this victory, or else they're going to be sitting at home comfortable on the couch. Sweet J, in Verum, it's your call.
Sitting comfortable on the couch. Normally that sounds amazing, except when you're competing to go play in California. So let's see if they can do it here. Already, Rocker is 1-0 for hitting those stuns. I'm going to keep track as best I can here. I'm going to be curious as to what his hit percentage is going to be, as already no crazy aggression coming out. I'm kind of surprised, given the composition the One Tricks put together, that they're not going to play a little bit more aggressive here.
Yeah, I mean, they can with Omar, and they need to, because with Alice, they have to be able to make sure they attack the front line. There's literally no front line except for maybe the Lubu here. And what One Trick can do is actually engage onto Alice if they want to, because Rest is not going to build as tanky, and he can be a source of focus for One Trick to win these fights.
I mean, One Trick is going to need to get all their focus lined up. They are going to need to identify key targets on the side of Allegiance and take them down. If their focus fire is not impeccable, they're going to get ripped apart here in this game because, again, looking into the late game as well, obviously, you know, decent late game composition, except for this Ormar coming out. This composition from One Trick feels a little bit scatterbrained to me because it has, you know, part of it says, oh, we're going to do well in the early game. Part of it's like, we're going to focus on scaling, but it's not really going to excel at either of them here, though Sleepy is going to excel and getting picked off here in the mid lane.
Yeah, what a nice play there and a nice flicker to get out of trouble, and really good job getting onto Sleepy because Allegiance relies on Sleepy to win that mid lane and really take off and allow his team to rotate, get the objective, and gank as well. And look at that, another stun comes up. Always Gene stands right in front to block it and save Bruticus with a really nice rotation here.
I believe that's 2-0 in terms of spears, or okay, 3-0, or did he miss one? Did he miss one in the lane?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we're gonna go with like, okay, either way, he's doing quite well. Zelf is now getting caught up with a stun here as well. Always Green trying to peel for his team there as well. The Wailing Blade is coming in and the heal as teams are posturing around this Abyssal Dragon. Allegiance, they're going to try and grab this early here. They do not want to allow One Trick to get rolling, get any momentum in this game.
Yeah, they don't, and they can try to contest this here, potentially try to get it, but look at the Allegiance. A 4-man rotation, they have to give it up. One Trick needed to trade objective there. They cannot just allow Allegiance to take a dragon with nothing answered for that. They have to try to get a tower. They have to try to at least trade jungle. Do something so that you don't fall behind. But right now, it's looking okay for them. The gold lead is not significantly different. But look at Rest there. He's actually going into the jungle and trying to set up a little invade. Looks like he's going to back off here and not do the invade. But gold lead so far, Allegiance pulling hits slowly at 400 gold.
I think Rest is just trying to slow down, you know, whatever kind of farm is going to look to come in here, just to try and disrupt the minions and monsters as best he can here. So I like this coming out from them. It's just keeping a good vision here, but he needs to be careful. Obviously, the Alice fairly nimble here in this early game with the shields and stuff, so not doing too bad as we do see a full committal here onto this blue buff from One Trick. They want to make sure that their carry gets that farm. Zelf is going to be the priority. All the eggs in that violet basket.
Yeah, right now he is just 100 gold behind Rocker, so not too bad. And look at that counter there. That's exactly what you want to do against Flash. You want to basically get a stun on him, and look at that. He has to waste his ult to survive there and get up. But you saw what Sleepy did. He just stunned him right on top. But Sleepy's in big trouble. He's going to fall right there.
A big overcommittal from Sleepy there. Oh, no, that was not what they needed. They are going to maybe get a counter kill here as well. Rocker looking for one more auto. KO, the spear not going to connect, but KO is going to secure it, but he has gone in way too deep now. Always Green and Zelf are going to be there. That is going to be the realm of falling. So nicely done there. A 2-for-1 trade for One Trick throughout all of this, but ALG, Rest, and Rocker are here. And that is going to be another solid pick. So a 2-for-2 trade, but Rest needs to be cautious. Get out of there. You need to count their blessings on this one.
Yeah, that was a nice rotation there. And because they're able to fend off that rotation from ALG, they're able to protect their tower, which is a really good look so far. And getting that extra kill, getting first blood and an extra kill on top of Allegiance, even though Allegiance got the dragon, puts One Trick back in the gold lead slightly here. But if they're going to give up the Spirit Sentinel, the Legion's going to get right back into the gold lead.
Yeah, this is really important here as well, and not getting behind early against a team like Allegiance, because once they get that lead, that's one thing they do incredibly well. Once they get ahead, they do not give that up. They do not make silly late game mistakes generally, unless Sleepy's feeling a little bit overconfident, but I like the poke coming in from the side of One Trick as they're posturing on this Abyssal Dragon, pushing in onto Bruticus as well. Rest is going to be oh, the ward there, getting that vision. They're finding Always Green in the bush, but here we go. The ult going in from the Malak on the backline. Bruticus, they're grouping up a lot here. Always Green is going to be able to survive. Target fire from KO is there, but it is going to be Bruticus doing a great job of peeling and splitting for the team. But look at that! Sui J! Allegiance going off here in this fight. fight, their target prioritization was impeccable.
Yeah, nice focus there by KO. And also, they have the numbers advantage. Wonder Woman did not rotate down to help them. And because Allegiance was able to rotate first as a team and get the numbers lead, they're able to win that fight decisively. It was a good Malik ultimate. Bruticus landed a good shock ultimate. However, there was no follow-up. There was no focus. And as a result, KO barely survived that fight. Rest didn't die, and Allegiance came out on top.
The way they were able to juggle the aggro there, I think, was really important. I mean, they're constantly able to dodge and weave in and out of that fight, and really just not allowing One Trick to pick one target. Nice dodge there onto the braces submission in the top lane. That Red Stallion was on point as well. So now we have 5 kills to 3 and a 2K gold lead coming out from the side of Allegiance. They have the 2 dragons in their name as well. And they're starting to push down some towers, opening up this dragon side of the map. This is exactly what we'd expect from early game Allegiance.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, is open up dragon side of the map, take that tier 1 tower. It's going to allow you to give pressure, put pressure on dragon side, invade that jungle, slow down Violet even further. Zelf right now only has 1 tier 1 damage item, and Walker has finished his war boots as well, so he has a lot of attack speed coming from Sim, so he's going to be able to proc his passive much faster.
Yeah, that's going to be a big factor here, but speaking of going in fast, it is MTS now, who's standing up against 3 members underneath his tower. One Trick quickly turning around here in the top lane, able to get that pick. The rotation is going to come in from AL.
Wow, what a dodge
Nice
there, really
dodge.
close. That was such a good rotation by One Trick, and they knew to back off immediately because someone was communicating map movement, and because they didn't stay underneath that tower, they were able to get out. But look at the rotation from KO there. They're going to be able to catch Zelf off guard.
That White Golem actually tanking the spear. That was huge. We do have the rotation coming in. That is a big stun there. Will be the target, though. The braces of submission are enough to keep him alive there. That was beautifully done. I thought Wonder Woman was dead. Bruticus, a beautiful shot going in there, able to help peel for his team. That was great. And all the while, dual spirals is split pushing in the bottom lane. Really nice play coming in from One Trick.
Yeah, One Trick is doing phenomenally well. I mean, right now they're trading. AOG had a nice rotation. We're not able to take an objective out of this. However, they are going to lose mid tower. And look at dual spirals. He's not going to be able to get the kill onto KO, unfortunately. And they trade the bottom tower for mid-ground tower. So far, both teams are playing really, really well.
KO's like, fastest man alive, hold my Naginata, let's do this. As he gets himself out of there. That was a really nice play, able to get the tower and get themselves out without giving up a kill. And then stage, as the Abyssal Dragon is respawning here. We have the entire bottom side of the map, the entire dragon side open for One Trick now. This gives so much more ability for Allegiance to maneuver in around this jungle here. Now Valor is the target, the stun is coming, the braceless mission is going to be there, but they're pushing on through this. Oh man, that hissy fit so beautifully placed, and Rest is looking really solid so far in this game.
Yeah, that face check onto Dragon really costed him, and he's got to be careful there. Again, they have so many knockups and stuns, they just have to combo down anyone, and Wonder Woman's pretty tanky. You know, she's building a lot of health, but it doesn't matter if you get CC. And Rocker right now is 4.5k gold, finished his 3rd tier 3 item, and Violet is more than 1k gold behind Slims, which is really bad news when your ADC is not caught up in farm against their counterpart.
Yeah, but again, this is just the play style of Rocker. He's getting involved in these fights, 1-0, 1-4. I mean, just really showing that it's basically the same, but the 2 deaths that Violet is putting together has really been the difference maker here. When he comes out of the jungle, he gets value every single time, as we do see now getting value up in the top lane. That Hissy Fit is getting massive value. They're going in onto Zelf. He's going to be the target. It's just MTS and Rest, but the 2 of them together, the stuns, look at the damage they're able to put together. Oh, the minion!
Oh, and Sleepy comes from behind and secures a nice blinding light to kill him. And looks like he might fall to tower. Look at 1 sliver of health left, and he's still in the fight here.
A fight for how long, though? That is the question. Sleepy is in no man's land right now, trying to survive through all this. Rocker now face-checking a bush, not necessarily ideal. So we have MTS going in, trying to peel for his team, and oh no, Sleepy going in, being a little bit overconfident, and it is team who is paying the price right now. Flash does fall, but it's still a solid trade here. One Trick actually looking not too bad off of all that. However, Ryoma split push.
Yeah, Dual Spirals landed a great Malik shock ultimate onto Rocker there. Then they're able to secure a kill. Dual Spiral had the Cyclone come up, and then Malik landed the ultimate. Nice kill on Rocker. It's going to help a little bit, but still, right now, the team fighting and the focus from Allegiance and the aggressiveness is just paying off for them better.
I would agree. I mean, 8 kills to 8, though. This is a fairly even game. I think I was expecting a little bit more dominance here from Legix. Sleepy, I mean, we praise his Liliana play, like he loves this hero so much, but he's been memeing a little bit so far. I don't think he's necessarily taking this as seriously as he normally is. He's going for crazy plays, and I think maybe he should play this a little bit more conservatively.
Yeah, and Dual Spirals there. Look at that combo. Already chunking Flash for almost half his health. That's what Flash needs to be careful of, because if he goes in like that, he just super speed to jump in, and then Leona lands that combo on him, that's going to be really rough. And then Valor is going to be caught out again. However, he's going to use Bracelet of Suspicion to get out just in a nick of time.
Every single one of those stuns missing there. If any one of them had connected, that would have been a very dead Wonder Woman. And that is the combo that we're talking about, that 3-man rotation that they're bringing to the table here. Dual Spirals is now the target for MTS. The Wailing Blade is not connecting. MTS chasing this down here as well, though. The entire side of Legion is pushing in. However, the health bars of One Trick are still looking pretty good. As we have the shock going in, not going to connect any members, though. A nice stun, and Bruticus to the target. KO timing that out beautifully. And now Sleepy in the back lines. Well, the Reiki shot's going to be one. He's trying to escape. Bruticus, though, is going to be the target that's turning on this. And that is going to be always green, be hit by the stun. And we have, oh no, that was not the place to be. They are trying to peel for your team, but you're going to fall as well.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there. Bruticus missed his Malik shock ultimate. They got out-rotated. Flash got picked down. He lost so much health there, getting knocked out, and as a result, he couldn't use the ultimate or pay rest. And look at that combo there. The Alice Hissy Fit, the Sunshine coming up. It is just too deadly. You just cannot get out. You get CC'd to death.
Oh, man, that was again, CC until you're dead. The high ground tower was able to get the kill there onto KO, though, so that was actually huge. That's shut down the push to the point where ALG could not continue and going on there to win the game. That was actually massive there. The high ground tower with the backdoor able to do so much damage. You just got to be really careful and respect that here. And now it is 13 kills to 8. We have almost a 5K or a 4K gold lead coming in. Another tower is falling. Being pushed across the board is One Trick. And despite what looked like a solid opening, a couple clean kills, and Linges is back in this.
Yeah, and right now Flash is doing pretty well. He has the same farm as Sleepy, so those powers can make some plays. If they can combo the Malik Shock ultimate along with Flash's Cyclone ultimate, they can do a lot of work. And Omar also has a stun, so they can stun a lot of people if they combo their abilities as well. It's just going to come down to who is initiating better, who's landing their skill shots better. And right now, Team Allegiance is on fire, especially Rest on his Alice. He's landing every Sunshine stun, and it's causing a lot of chain CC to happen from there.
Oh yeah, but down in the bot lane, we do see Flash going in there onto Rockers, just trying to poke around, but the fight's breaking out here in top as well. Over the Spirit Sentinel, Zelf is going to be the target. He is going to fall. Nicely done prioritizing this key carry as well. Spirit Sentinel is going to drop it. As you said, Rest is doing such a phenomenal job. I don't think I've seen him miss a stun yet this game. This guy is going off.
Yeah, and that Hissy Fit was perfect there.
And dual spiral stalls as well.
Yeah, captured the Malik in there. He couldn't get out. They got caught. They had to back off. And look at this. Decisive push. Always green is going to get caught again and CC'd, and boom, he's down.
Oh, and the prediction there from Rocker as well, and that is going to be it. Minions pushing in onto the core. That is going to be GG. Convincing game number 1. Allegiance are going to be your victors.
Yet again, Allegiance walks away with a Game 1 stunning victory. And just like they have taken my voice away, they have secured themselves their first win to potentially land them in a 6th straight finals. Welcome back to the desk. I'm Jump, Sui J, and Invirum. Gentlemen, what do we got to say?
Yeah, Allegiance just played really well. However, One Trick, they did show up in a really nice early game. They got 2 kills on Sleepy in mid lane. Flash was just toe-to-toe with Sleepy. Didn't fall behind in a lot of gold. However, Allegiance was just able to take more objectives and combo a lot more. And a lot of it had to do with the MVP of that match, Rest. He had perfect Hissy Fit ultimates placement. Great Sunshine stun. Follow up with the chain CC that his team provided.
Rest played like a beast. Sleepy was a little bit overconfident, was trying to do some fancy footwork, flitting around in fox form. But yeah, it was just Rest, just helping to bail him out. KO as well, looking really solid. Rocker was there in the rotations. The amount of stuns they had at their disposal and their ability to use the Alice, to use the friendship to dodge all those shocks, that was actually huge. That speed boost that the shield offers really helped deny a lot of the counter initiation that was thrown at them and help them position better in those fights and line up. But again, it all just came down to a good attempt from One Trick, but just ALG being ALG.
And you said it yourself in that last explanation. Rotations of Allegiance is unbelievable. We're going to be able to take a look in a second, and it is nuts the way that everyone is rotating as a team and operating on a disaster for One Trick.
Yeah, this is huge here. They're trying to back up. Malik doesn't land his ultimate. They jump away, dodge it. KO, they're focusing the front line, and then Sleepy comes on the back line, secures a kill onto Dual Spirals, and then comes back on Bruticus. Just the way that they're moving and focusing. And Valor comes in on a lost cause. His team already lost the fight, so I feel like he just needed to back off and not give another death over. And because of that, he fell as well, and Allegiance just takes that lead even further.
That was a 4v5. Rocker was in mid, split pushing that entire time. Just goes to show that they're going to get value everywhere on the map in this instance. I mean, we talk about this. They're just constantly, you know, when they take those fights, they know they can take those fights. When they're the ones initiating, they generally don't lose.
And you think about what's on the line, everything is on the line right now. One Trick has to win this game. They have to even it up, because if not, their hopes and dreams for E3 start to fade away into the distance. And so now, Sweej, the question becomes, is there anything they can do, starting with the pick ban phase for game number 2, to even up this series?
I think they need to not give a super change CC composition over to Allegiance, and they need to win when they have those early kills, they need to rotate more as a unit, because their 3-man, 4-man rotations are working, but they're not counter-engaging, and then they're letting Allegiance just play more aggressive. So I feel like they're getting outplayed, they're not landing specific skill shots, and they need to be more patient, and they need to combo and work together as a team.
They need to execute their team's win condition. You don't... Again, I felt like that draft felt a little bit scatterbrained. You draft an ADC, but you also draft an Ormar. You draft good early game aggression, but then you also draft... You can't do both at this situation. The way the meta is currently shaken up, you basically have to commit to one or the other. Commit to surviving to the late game against Allegiance, not a great call. Commit to early game aggression, maybe? And I feel like they needed to go all in on that, because they did fairly well in that early game. If I'm looking at this game number 2, they need to commit all in for early game, draft those stuns themselves, rotate, get picks, capitalize on Sleepy, punish him in the mid lane. He's one of the best mids out there, but he plays confident. If you can shake that confidence, maybe that's your win condition.
Yeah, Vieira being banned here, and then Pura being banned as well. So Allegiance is going to leave all the power picks open on the table here. And One Trick, let's see what they're going to ban. Oh, they're going to ban Zenio, and then they're probably going to first pick the Teamy if it's open. But Liliana is also open. But Teamy was just great on Always Green. I feel like that's going to be a nice first pick for them.
I would agree 100%. I feel like Teamy is an absolute must here, assuming Allegiance doesn't ban it here. No, of course, they're going to ban Crixie the Pixie to go along with Vieira and Pura.
Yeah, Liliana is going to be open if Teamy is picked up. Liliana, Ryoma again. Alice also open. Slims, of course. So let's see if these are going to play the same combo. They're going to take the Liliana here and potentially probably pick up Ryoma, because KO just played Ryoma so well. But they can switch it up. They can pick Wonder Woman. They can pick Omen. They have a lot of good, solid side lane picks here. And they're actually said going to take away the Malik from Bruticus. And that's going to leave Ryoma open. So they definitely need to take Ryoma here. I think Ryoma, Lubu, or Wonder Woman are going to be solid picks for One Trick.
Yeah, I think Ryoma and Wonder Woman is definitely looking like a solid option here. Or just grab the Omen, or grab any of those other amazing sideliners. But yes, this seems like the confident call. Ryoma and Wonder Woman, I feel like they're dating at this point, because they've been picked in tandem so often so far today.
Yeah, they have such good synergy. Ryoma with a long-range stun, Wonder Woman with a great initiation and engage potential, and both just so solid in their side lane and their ability to out damage and out trade a lot of other heroes. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-lane jungle.
All right.
2-lane jungle with Liliana.
Let's do it. We've seen this once before, and I believe it was Allegiance who pulled it out. They do the double mage with the jungle, and this actually worked out incredibly well, like hilariously well for them. Of course, you can then counter this. I mean, a Medallion of Troy comes out, you're gonna have some options to build, but that's late game. That's something else here. So they're putting they're putting the side of of One Trick onto a less comfortable mage, let's say, in the form of that Loria.
Might be a triple mage comp here. We'll see. But I think, like,
don't do that.
One Trick should have played ADC. ADC is so good into a double mage composition. They should have picked actually Violet or something. And wow, it's gonna be a triple mage composition here. That's a lot of AoE and burst damage. So Kilgroth can get blown up very quickly.
One word: confidence. There is nothing that Allegiance does without a purpose. There's nothing that they do without the highest level of confidence, and they might as well back that up with their picks. Triple mage composition. Suijay, I know you have a long list and a long track history of analytical knowledge. The question becomes, is there a world where this triple mage works?
It could work, but against really solid teams in other regions, they would punish that because mages are just phenomenally weak early. So their early game is super weak. They have to scale to level 4. Then they have a better chance at wave clearing. And then they have to get items to really do the AoE damage that they're known to do in a late game. So Allegiance, as long as they play together, they can hold it off. But One Trick needs to invade, and shut down the early game really hard.
With Teamy, with Ryoma, with Kilgroth, they have some early game potential there. They can get some kills. But, I mean, it's still Allegiance. I don't know. It's hard to bet against them here. Obviously, they pick up an unconventional composition. Triple Mage, they're feeling confident, wanting to hide strats, not wanting to give anything away going into E3 that we don't know what the meta is necessarily going to look like.
Or maybe this is the new meta, guys.
This is the new meta.
Maybe it is, but make sure you head on over to youtube.com/Valor Series so you can catch up on each and every week of the match VODs, highlights, as well as some other fantastic content. But game number 2 is underway. One Trick needing to send this to a game number 3 to keep their playoff hopes alive.
They do indeed. Can they make it happen here? I don't know if there's ever a composition to exploit. It is going to be this triple mage, as already Sleepy is getting chunked in the mid lane. But feeling very confident to start things off is going to be Allegiance. But of course, we still have MTS and KO on very dominant side laners. So at the end of the day, they can always carry.
Yeah, and look at Rest there. They're actually being aggressive here. They got to be careful. And they're going to go ahead and back off. And Rest is on a support flash. So I feel like they're going to all play very burst damage, squishy mages. So that's 3 mage carries. So they have to rush Pierce. And the side of One Trick, they got to start buying that magic defense a little earlier than normal because that's going to give them a lot of sustainability. And look at that combo. The amount of damage that Always Screen just took. Half his health is gone from one combo.
I mean, forcing back the back already, that's not ideal at all. But I mean, that's Sleepy and Rest. And the two of them in this mid lane, like we've seen this time and time again, this sort of, this over-the-top, oh, trying to snipe that out, this over-the-top dual mids setup going in there as well. Really, Rest's job, he sort of picks the targets to babysit. You know, okay, he's going to babysit Sleepy in the early game, then I'm going to babysit Rocker, and they go in here, and the heal already being forced, already being popped here as well, and now Rest and Sleepy just, the pressure they're putting up as a duo, no matter what heroes they're on, it's always so impressive.
Yeah, and that's 2 versus 3, and they still won that trade, and they had One Trick back off, and that just shows how confident and how aggressive they're playing here. Look at Rest going in there and doing that poke damage onto L'Oreal.
I mean, that's just, I love this. I love watching this. Always Green actually missing the booty puts there in the mid as well, not connecting onto Sleepy. He's not getting that free damage off. And KO going up against Bruticus, we know on an Omen, KO is going to have a great time. But look at the damage that Rest is putting in here. The red buff is going to go the way over of Zelf here, but Rest, I think he's saying, guys, maybe I want to switch to carry?
Yeah, he's playing carry very, very well. So proficient, so skilled. Any hero, he's played Joker, support, and Allegiance is able to get the Dragon, and KO secures a nice kill onto Bruticus with a Death's Embrace there. And that's exactly what you want to do as Omen, because Wonder Woman was level 3, Omen was already level 4.
That was seriously impressive, and now Rocker, though, is in full retreat going up against Zelf, but the team is joining the fray. Zelf now needs to be the one to look to back out here. So, we have Allegiance getting value across the map, a great solo pick, and now a tower likely to fall as well in the top, picking up a Dragon. This is really just them firing on all cylinders, regardless, as I said, of the heroes they are playing on. They are just looking, the mechanics show through.
Yeah, the mechanics are really, really showing, and look at that. MTS is trying to push out Valor here, and Valor on this Ryoma needs to rotate. He needs to help his team because Ryoma is so strong early, and his rotations is what really helps his team land a lot of key ganks here.
Oh yeah, as we look up here in the top as well, Sleepy, speaking of ganks, Rest and Sleepy have been in the jungle of One Trick, I feel like more than they've been in the mid lane. They have just been so solid right now. The pressure they are putting on from heroes you wouldn't expect it from too. Rest really, though, in particular, on this Flash, I feel like he's just having a lot of fun playing something that isn't Alice, something that isn't Teamy, something that isn't Lumber. Like, this guy's just having a lot of fun.
Yeah, he is having a ton of fun, and the fact is they're being so much more aggressive. They're getting the jungles, and look at that. MTS lands a key Malik Shock, and that's going to drag them in, and they're going to get a kill on Valor. Very nice rotation, and they also get another gank on Bruticus. That is a double gank on bottom and top. Holy moly, that is huge, huge for Allegiance.
The multitasking from Allegiance right now. I'm going to call them the octopus roster because they might as well have 8 arms for everything that they're doing right now. I guess as a squad, they do have 10 as they push in here across the board. Rest now dodging out, going one-on-one against dual spirals here. He's going to try and pick up the kill. The wheel is going down. Zelf is there. Are they finally going to get a kill? Yes, they do. Rest is going to be the target. 1 kill so far in 2 games. That's his first death of the series.
Yeah, and Always Green is able to save his top tower, but look at Rocker being so aggressive on this Tulin, and he's going to get a kill with the Thunderbird. Perfect use of that ultimate. Wait until your opponent is really low at HP, and then cast the Thunderbird ultimate.
Oh, that is absolutely it. Diving the tier 2 with impunity here. Look at the damage Sleepy is putting in. The Abyssal Dragon's getting low. They're going to go in, and that is Sleepy in the Fox form. Dual Spirals is now going to be the target. He's got no mana to work with, though. Nice. Oh, beautifully done there. Re-engage from MTS, the Endura as well. And now Valor is going to be the target. The stun, the follow-up, everything. It is not going to be enough. He is just going to die. And now Zelf as well, going to be the target of the Ire. And once again, Rocker, oh, so very close. Not finding that Thunderbird.
Yeah, that was so close there. Any less HP, if there one more auto attack, he probably would have fallen there because the less HP you have, the more damage that Thunderbird does. 30% of your missing HP, it adds to damage. So that was really close for Zelf. It comes out alive, and look at that. It's almost it's already a 4K gold lead for Allegiance.
Wow, that is just so impressive from them in the early game. Is it bad that they're actually looking stronger on this wonky composition? I feel like putting Rest on crazy playmaking heroes is actually maybe the way to do it. Like, he's actually doing so much work on this Flash right now. I'm kind of blown away.
Yeah, the key is they're engaging first. They're the ones constantly putting out damage per second, or DPS, what we call it, and that's our winning. A lot of the time when you see one-trick play, they're running away, they're not cutting the fight, and they're not putting out that DPS. You have to put out the damage to turn these fights around, because you can't be walking around as Ryoma running away from 2 people when Sleepy was almost dead. He was so low health. So I feel like One Trick just needs to play more confident. They need to believe in their hero and their ability to win these fights and secure these kills. Because right now, they're kind of passive and running away, and that's not going to help them win any fights.
They have been on the back foot this entire time because Allegiance is doing stuff like this and just picking them apart here right now. As I said, being in the jungle of their opponents more than their own here. And Rocker, he's like, guys, I'm playing jungle too. And they're like, no, Rocker, our jungle. No, guys, I got this.
Yeah, look at him being so aggressive. Look at the amount of damage he has. Secures the kill onto the kill Groth, and then doing even more damage, securing another kill as well.
No! That Cyclone.
My goodness.
Oh my gosh. That was just a very, very strong showing. And now Valor once again going to be the target as they are diving underneath this tower. The high ground is going to fall right now, and if Allegiance decides to do so, they possibly could have looked to end, but the death timers are still so incredibly low as they're getting value in the mid as well. They need to back off. That's the one thing this draft really does not excel at, and it's pushing towers.
Yeah, because mages don't do a lot of attack damage, and attack damage is what takes the towers down. But Rocker, with that crazy Tulin play, was amazing, and then followed with the Cyclone. They just had no chance to survive, and Tulin, being this fed and this ahead, is doing so much work, and he doesn't have that much magic damage. If you look at his build, it's more of a tank Tulin.
That's actually crazy, but it's his ability to survive in these fights and just dish out that consistent DPS, what we're seeing here. And there's the Cyclone pulling them back, knocking them down, lining them up, the shock, the follow-up, Valor as well. And that is going to be many members of the side of One Trick falling, 3 dropping, and the 13 kills to 1. And now they're looking towards the Dark Slayer. Allegiance just looking so solid here in game number 2. One Trick does not know how to respond.
Yeah, they don't know how to respond. It's only 7.5 minutes. Dark Slayer is being rushed. And look at Allegiance here. Wow, that was so close for Rocker. Look at the health.
He didn't have any health.
Yeah, look at the items. The damage, actually, a damage dealer looks more like Liliana and Flash. If you look on the side of Allegiance, who's building the damage on him? Rocker is just there to secure kills. He's there to make sure he gets off. He's a tank. He's kind of the person that engages with Tulin, and he uses his Thunderbird to finish off the heroes that are poked down by Liliana and Flash, and as a result, able to secure the kills, because Thunderbird, there's so much damage, the less health you have.
I mean, to be fair, when you're constantly like duoing with Rest and Sleepy in particular, like how often are you actually going to play that mage character? So clearly he's just like, guys, I don't get to play that much Tulin. However, I'm going to build him my way, and it's absolutely working here. Again, these are not heroes that these necessarily playing too often, but they're making it look fantastic.
Yeah, the way they're playing, how they understand the ability is really good. Look at that. Nice Malik ultimate comes in there, and look at the health bar thing depleted. And Rest going there, securing the kill on Valor.
That is absolutely huge. Always Green trying to peel for his team, but that is the follow-up. The initiation. Bruticus as well is going to drop. I don't even think the being a bro got off there. And with less than 9 minutes into this game, Allegiance are going to take it convincing 2-0 fashion. They are going to be advancing to your grand finals.